Many physical systems can be represented as networks of oscillators. Some examples are the mammalian brain, power grids, or gene-controlled clocks in bacteria. The two simplest asymptotic regimes one can find in a model of oscillators are a state of fully synchrony, where all the oscillators evolve in the same phase, and a splay state, where the oscillators evolve with uniformly distributed phases. As you can see in these animations, such regimes may emerge after long time transients. There has been a lot of research showing the existence of many other regimes, such as cluster states or chimeras where synchronous and incoherent states coexist. If we look at the probability distribution of the phases, the synchronous regime is characterized by a delta-like distribution, whereas the splay state is identified by a uniform distribution. In our paper, we study another kind of asymptotic regime, characterized by a smooth but non-uniform distribution of the phases. We refer to this regime as self-consistent partial synchrony. Such regimes have been shown in a wide number of models, and can be interpreted as a generalization of the splay state. We study self-consistent partial synchrony using a minimal Kuramoto-Daido type model, where all the oscillators evolve with identical bare frequencies and the coupling is set all to all. In the Kuramoto-Daido model, the coupling is determined by a coupling function g, depending on the phase difference of any two interacting oscillators. A perfect sinusoidal coupling function raises to the well-known Kuramoto-Sakaguchi model. We extend this setup to a biharmonic model by adding a second harmonic. This small difference in the coupling function is enough for self-consistent partial synchrony to arise. In this stability diagram, we can see the parameter regions where either the synchronous regime and the splay state are stable. The green islets identify the region where none of these simplest regimes are stable. It is in such region where self-consistent partial synchrony emerges. This video shows the behavior of self-consistent partial synchrony. The color scale indicates the density of oscillators so that black region identifies the highest concentration of oscillators, and light yellow the lowest. In light blue, we show the behavior of a single randomly chosen oscillator. Macroscopically, we see how the phases distribution move with a specific constant frequency. However, the single oscillators are not locked in the distribution and evolve in a different frequency. The fact that the macroscopic and microscopic frequencies are incommensurate is an important signature of self-consistent partial synchrony. The simplicity of the model also allows us to identify analytically the shape of the macroscopic distribution and perform linear stability analysis of the regime. In order to stress the ubiquity of self-consistent partial synchrony, we also investigate its occurrence in a model of leak integritan fire neurons and in an ensemble of Rayleigh oscillators. There are still some open questions regarding this research. The fact that a second harmonic in the coupling function is sufficient for partial synchrony to arise leads us to ask how can the information encoded in the coupling function be used to predict the emergence of self-consistent partial synchrony. Another interesting problem is whether and under which conditions other kinds of bifurcation can drive self-consistent partial synchrony towards more complex forms of collective dynamics, such as collective chaos.